Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Back here with another Trading 212 portfolio update. This is episode 35. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and help this channel get to 1,000 subscribers. So today we're going to go through the portfolio update, the top risers, top fallers, and just the overall performance of the portfolio. So let's just dive in right now. So as you can see, the portfolio is at £6,500 and 90p. I've invested £6,851 and 99p. Returns at the moment is down £351 and 9p. That's 5.21%. So it has had a huge drop this week. Last week, I believe we were up 1%, and yeah, so we've fallen by 6% in the last 7 days. So we're just going to go through the top risers, and that is pretty much Apple. Apple has seen a whopping 1.29% increase. I say whopping because everything else in the portfolio has pretty much gone down. So Apple has done really well. It is for the week it's up 1.29%. That's $4.51. I think the last time I added to Apple was on the 26th of March, and since then it has gone up by roughly about $100, which is insane. So Apple is doing really well. They did have their worldwide WWDC developer conference that they have. They did announce a bunch of cool stuff, which is mainly software related, and it did seem pretty cool. I do like some of the iPhone features that they've released. It's not released, announced, and their Big Sur Mac OS does look pretty sick, to be honest. The old Mac stuff did need a UI refresh, and they're doing that now, so it does look pretty sick. I'm quite interested in that, so I do think that is definitely going to see some positivity and hopefully appreciate the share price. Moving on to the next stock that has done well, it's another tech company, and that is Microsoft is kind of remaining around constant. It's up 0.85%. So in terms of the rest of the stocks, it is doing all right. It is up $1.65. I've got 1.55 shares with an average price of $174.48. I am up £37.12. That's 17.7% in the green, so that's doing really well. Moving on to some of the top fallers. Whycard, like I did say, it was a gamble in the last video and it hasn't really panned out that well. I've got 10 shares. I am down £136 and 15p. That's 91.96%. Average price is at €16 and 37p. I do want to go a little bit more in depth in here in another video, specifically talking about Whycard. I'll talk about some of the things that I've learned and things that I'm going to incorporate into my future investments. Won't rely on taking a risk, and by risk I mean this was pretty much a gamble. So and it didn't really pan out. So we'll dive into that in a future video. But for now, let's move on. I want to talk about New River REIT is another stock that So with New River REIT, I didn't actually invest anything extra on Monday. I know I did say in the last video, but I decided it's not really a good time to do that. So basically looking at the performance, so around February it was around £1.91, and it has dropped to 61p. A lot of stocks have started to rise again from the initial drop. However, with New River REIT, it hasn't really risen. So that's kind of a signal for me to potentially start looking at possibly selling it, or just not to increase the position any further. So basically, yeah, I've decided that I need to review the stock and some of its performances, the ratios, and decide what my strategy is going to be for New River REIT. So that is pretty much on hold for now. Realty Income, I do want to increase a little bit more of Realty Income. I do think it's quite a good price right now. Even though I'm up 2.6%, I think I might look to add a share or two of this stock. So I've got one share. I am up £1.20. That's 2.6%. My average price is at $58.23. Moving on to Vanguard. I have increased a little bit of a position in this. So obviously that was basically from the pie. So I added so I'm adding £15 every 2 weeks. So that gets divided up between Vanguard, S&P, iShares, S&P, and Google. So I say Google, it's actually Alphabet, but yeah. Boeing has seen quite a drop, around 9%. So it's currently at $170. I've got 4.38 shares. And it's worth about £603. I'm down £7.24 at the moment. That's 1.19%. My average price is at $175. With Boeing, I do think it is definitely a long play stock. However, I think before Boeing goes back to normal, it is definitely going to see a long period before that happens, because you do have to factor in consumer confidence in flying, because at the moment, like, a lot of people are not too keen on flying or getting on an aircraft, specifically with there's a higher probability of catching coronavirus if someone is on the plane. So you've got that, and then you've got the airlines, which are not running on pre-COVID capacity. They're definitely running reduced services, and especially with the quarantine restrictions between countries. So, for example, if you fly to America, you've got to quarantine for 14 days. And then when you come back to England, you're going to have to quarantine for 14 days again. So travel doesn't really make sense right now. So obviously, hopefully, Boeing and Airbus can ride out the economic conditions, I guess it's called. So it is definitely going to take at least like 18 to 36 months before things get back to normal for them and airlines start purchasing aircraft from them. Same thing with Airbus. Airbus has also seen a similar drop of 9.88% in the week. I've got 5.5 shares, which is worth £309.95. I'm up £14.97. That's 5.07%. So I'm still in the green with Airbus. And I also want to run through some dividends that I received this month. So the first dividend I received in June was from Legal & General. I did mention this in a previous video. So Legal & General paid 12.64p per share. I had 115 at the time of ex-dividend, and that paid £14.54p. The next one I received was from Microsoft. I had 1.55 shares. I know it says 2 there, but that's an error. I think Trading 212 needs to fix that. Amount per share, 43 cents. That means they paid 53p. BP, I had 40 shares at the time of ex-dividend. They paid 8.34p per share. That's £3.34p. And the last one is Royal Dutch Shell. I had 10 shares at the time of ex-dividend. They paid 12.68p per share. That total amount was £1.27p. So dividends are still rolling in, which is good. Really good to see that still continuing. Hopefully more companies will start paying dividends, but I am expecting July to be a lower month. I think the next one I'm expecting to be a good month might be September, but yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Before you go, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and help this channel get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you're interested in trying out any of these platforms, you can get up to 3 free stocks. The first one is if you sign up to Trading 212, you'll get a free stock worth up to £100. The second one is if you sign up to Freetrade, you'll get a free share worth up to £200. And the last one is if you sign up to Stake, you will get a free share in either Nike, Dropbox or GoPro. And yeah, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.